Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's your boy Ryzen back with another video, and today for you guys, I'm going to show you the best warm-up in Fortnite. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so this first map is called Jivan's Practice Map right here. It's a pretty new map. Also, you guys can see the code on the top of my screen, but I'll also put all the codes in the link in the description of the video and everything you need to know about my warm-up. So as you guys can see here, there are many weapons, there are many sections. You can take whatever weapons you want from here, but I'm going to take the Havoc Pump and the Combat SMG because those are my two favorite weapons of the season. Also, you want to make sure that you have a signal remote right here so you can go back to the lobby if you need to. So you can see that there are a bunch of things here, but the first thing I go into is the free build with bots. So this free build with bots right here, there's a normal mode where basically this is how the map works. You can build up to the bot, you try to piece control him, and you try and hit him. But there's hard mode, and if you activate the hard mode, the bots have a reaction time. As you guys can see here, there are multiple seconds. There's 0.35, 0.5, 0.75. Pretty easy. I usually use 0.75 because that's the best one for me. Once I get really good at this, I'll switch to 0.5 and then 0.35. Also, there is speeds here, so you can change your speeds. There's super speed where you go super fast, speedy which is fast but not as fast, normal which is normal, slow motion which is slow motion. You also build like your building and your editing isn't in slow motion. You're picking out like only your movement is slow motion. It's not like your builds, editing and stuff like that, so it won't affect it. There's also super slow. Super slow is my favorite if you're trying to practice, for example, triple edits or new high ground retake, or you're trying a new way to box up a bot. That's my favorite thing, to use super slow. So let's hop into the map. So basically, I usually put it on normal, I put hard mode and 0.75. So I wait. As you guys can see, the bot spawned here. So I need to try and free build up to the bot and try and full box him without him seeing me, because if he sees me, it's game over. As you guys can see, if he sees me, right now he's not looking at me. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, hard mode is on. So right now he can't see me, but if I do get too close to their line of view, I do take damage. As you guys can see here right now, I just took damage. Where's the bot? Oh, here he is. You guys see I'm taking damage. It doesn't really take any damage if you look in the bottom left. My health still stays the same, but it gives you the feedback so you know if the bot can see you. And that's simulating a real player seeing you and then shooting you. Like, for example, pro players have a much better reaction time than someone who's like in bronze or in silver league or even in platinum league. That's just how it is. So as you guys can see here, I'm just trying to box up the bot and I'm trying to use good peaks. It's very important I use good peaks, because if you use good peaks, the bots don't hit you, and that's the whole point of the map, to practice what it is to fight in an actual game. That's the whole point of the map. So as you guys can see, I'm just boxing up the bot here, trying to do some stuff. Boom, attack. Perfect. And that's basically it for the first part. Okay guys, so after we do the free build with bots, I usually like to go into the aim training hub. And I'll explain why in just a second. The aim training hub has plenty of things. They are all really good, but the two that I recommend the most you guys do is aim dual tracking and then flick survival. You can also do these two, but they don't help you improve, in my opinion, as much as these two. So I'll first show you aim dual tracking, and then we'll go into flick survival. Okay, so in aim dual tracking, it's very simple. You take any gun you want. I usually take an SMG, and then there's a red dot just flying around. You just hit every time. You just need to shoot it. Every time you hit it, you get a point. You can play free play, which is what I'm doing right now, or you can click right here, turn on a time challenge. It starts a timer for 1 minute. Every time I hit the red dot, I get a point. By the end, it will show me how much points I got and what my accuracy was. So it'll show me how much shots I shoot, how much I hit, and then it'll show me my accuracy, like 20%, 15%. It'll show me how much of the bullets actually hit the red dot. So we're gonna skip there right now. As you guys can see here, shots hit and then shots. And as you guys can see here, that's my accuracy, 22%. And it shows you the accuracy right there. You just click the remote, Takes you back to the lobby, but you can just go back in the aim training hub. It really doesn't matter. It's kind of a glitch, but like, it's fine. The next thing you want to do is flick survival. You can use any gun, but the recommended weapon is suppressed pistol, and in my opinion, it's also the better gun to use. So I do use a suppressed pistol, and I'll explain why. So as you guys can see here, there's nothing so far. You can go faster speed, and you can go, and you can just turn it off, and then it's slower speed. You just click here to start it off. So as you guys can see here, just wait a second. Dots will start spawning, and you just need to shoot the dots. If there are more than 10, you need to shoot the dots, and when you shoot them, they disappear. If there are more than 10 dots on your screen, then it's game over, basically. You need to hit the dots and make sure there are no more than 10 dots on your screen. Actually, no, it's 15 dots. Sorry, my bad. 15 dots on your screen. If there's 15 dots on your screen, the timer ends. As you guys can see above me, there's a timer, and it shows how much time I've been in this map. And let me just show you guys an example right here. If too much dots are on the screen, boom, time lasted 40 seconds. If you want to, you can make faster speed. Let's start it. And then as you guys can see here, boom, they spawn much faster. I have to get rid of them. Boom, boom. Oh no, they're already spawning a ton. And this really helps you with your aiming with MK and for Storm Surge. With basically any ARs, it really helps you. And it helps you with your Storm Surge and everything else. So that's it for this part. Usually what I do in the aim training hub. And the other two parts, you guys can try them out for themselves. I'm not going to show them. I'm not going to show the other two parts of the aim training hub in this video, because there's no point, because that's not my warm-up. So after this, I either go into rapid piece control or reactive tunneling. It doesn't really matter which one you go into. I'll go into reactive tunneling at the beginning just to show you guys it. And then I'll go into rapid piece control. But it really doesn't matter which one you go in first, because at the end of the day, you're going to do all of them. So here you guys can see a green circle. You can turn on faster speed, and then you can do normal speed. So basically how this works is that once you stand on the green circle starts to move. And you guys see the arrow over here? Basically, I have to tarp and stay in the green circle for as long as I can. And this arrow helps me out because it tells me where the green circle is going next. It's telling me it's going to go right, so I'm going to tarp right. I'm going to keep going forward. It says to go forward. It says to go forward. It can also go up and down, so we got to be careful of that. I'm just waiting for it to say something else. It says to go left, so I'm going left. Oh, I almost lost it. I need to drop down now. If I'm not in it for too long, then I do get kicked out. And then I just start back all over. I think the max time you can get is like 1:30. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. You just need to keep following the arrow, see where it's going, and you just need to keep tunneling over and over again, as you guys can see that I'm doing here. But you got to make sure that your tunneling is good, because this is just simulating what you're going to do in an actual game. You need a tarp in end game or something. As you guys can see here, the circle is dropping, so I have to stay with it. I can't be out of it for too long, or else the map restarts. And let me show you guys what happens when I mess up. As you guys can see here, I'm out of the circle for too long. If I'm out of the circle for too long, and you see, time lasted 74 seconds, and I get kicked out. I think the max is 1:30. I'm not sure. It might be 2 minutes. You guys will have to figure that out for yourselves. But as you guys can see here, I wasn't in the circle, and it kicked me out. But there is a couple seconds, so don't worry. If you're out of the circle for like a second or two, you're fine. Okay, so that's basically the reactive tunneling session. It's pretty simple. Okay, so now we have rapid piece control, which is my 4th segment, and it's usually my final one. But if I want to get a bit of extra practice in this map, I might do a guided free build, but I'll explain that after. So this is rapid piece control. Basically, there's a jump pad here. It launches you forward, and it's like if you guys ever played Raiders piece control maps, it's kind of similar to this, but the enemy has a reaction speed, same thing as last time in the free build, 0.35, 0.5, 0.75. I'll put on 0.75 because that's what I like to use. Once I get good at that, I move on to 0.5, and then when I get good at that, I'll move on to 0.35. Usually 0.75 is a normal reaction time, 0.5 is fast, and 0.35 is like what most pros have as their reaction time. Some are at 0.5, but most pros are in this area of reaction time. So I like to use this because this is usually the reaction time of a normal player. So as you guys can see, it flicks me forward, and then I just have to full box the bot without him seeing me. And it puts me in tons of different scenarios. And I'm pretty sure there's like 30 different versions or scenarios that I could be. Or no, not 30. I'm over exaggerating. Sorry. And as you guys see here, I just need to box him up and try and hit him headshots. But if he gets a peek on me, as you guys can see, I just took damage. So you got to be careful with how you're building, and make sure that you always have a good right-handed peek, because a right-handed peek makes it so you can see the enemy and it's hard for him to see you. And if I'm stuck in a situation like this where there's a wall here and I can't place a wall here, I do two cones like this, two ramps, sorry, like this, and I just put a wall here. I move this back, I full box him like normal, and then boom, he can't even see me. And then I box him without it so fast that he doesn't even notice. Ooh. Yeah, I didn't kill him all the way. And then you guys see it just keeps respawning me. Sometimes it's the same situations. I'm pretty sure I said it was 30 situations, but I'm pretty sure it's 10 to 15. I'm not exactly sure because I didn't make the map. Jivan did. You guys see here, I have to cone, boom, like that. So it's just plenty of different scenarios. You just gotta box up the bot and try and do the best you can. And you can go for this as long as you want. It's infinite. And you can either use the rift, I'm pretty sure, to back out. There's a rift back here. You can use it to back out. Oh, never mind. My bad. You have to use a signal remote B to back out, and then you back out here. That is usually the last part that I do for my piece control, for my warm-up at least, on this map. There is another map, so stay till the end. But I also want to explain to you guys the guided free build part. So the guided free build part is another part that if I want to do an extra one, then I'll do it. And then the second map, actually, that I'm going to show, it's optional. I don't always do it. I do it like sometimes 1 out of every 3 warm-ups I do it, something like that. This is usually the main role. So as you guys can see here, it's in a giant arena that it has holes somewhere. And basically, they're the same speeds as normal, super slow, slow-mo, normal, speedy, super speed. And basically, you just need a free build and make your way towards any of these holes, and it's just basically it's a free build where you have to get to the next hole, so you always got to have awareness and see where the next hole is so you know where to go next. From here I know I have to go down, so I'm going to drop down with my edits, but make sure you're always free building because it's very important to practice your builds. And you guys just see here I'm free building and I'm just following where it goes, and it's an infinite tunnel, so you can do this as long as you want. I usually like to stay in here for like 5 to 10 minutes, and that's the same thing for every one of the levels I showed you. It's usually 5 to 10 minutes. As you guys can see here, I got stuck here because I went down. You guys actually have to go up, so you have to have good awareness while doing this so you know where you need to go next. And then I just go like this, I do some edits, and I just keep going over and over again. I usually do each one of the levels 5 to 10 minutes. Really important. You can do more, but I don't like to stay too long because that's already 5 levels, and that's usually like takes up already 25 minutes of your time. So that's it for this map, and we're gonna go into the next map. See you there. Okay guys, as you guys can see, we are in the next map. It is Raiders Mechanics version 3, I'm pretty sure. I will have the code in the description of the video. There are tons of things to do. There are tons of items, and this might seem overwhelming, but it's actually very simple. So let me show you guys everything. Okay guys, so I was mumbling along this part, so I just want to explain really quick what was going on. Basically, there are tons of weapons that you can get, but there's no point to get any of them because the only 2 that you really need is a Havoc Pump and the Flapjack. Also, I was going to show mostly all the parts, but most of the parts that you do build and warm up in are in the Jivan Practice Map, so you don't really need to do much of the stuff here, only the very important parts that I show. That's basically it for what I was trying to explain. So let's start off. So there's build replacing, there's piece control tunnels where you can build replace and you can do targets. I do not recommend doing build replace. In my opinion, if you're a very beginner, you can do it. But if you're intermediate or higher, even not intermediate, like beginner plus, you've been playing for at least a year, definitely do the targets because they're much, much better. So as you guys can see here, I'm in a tunnel right here. And I see a target down there. So I just need to piece control it and hit the target. Very simple. You just need to piece control through your way through the tunnel and just hit the targets. It's actually very simple. There are multiple levels, and that's how you do it in the first part. As you guys can see here, it's not something very hard, and there are multiple levels. I'm pretty sure there are 6 levels, either 6 or 8 it was. But yeah, there are tons of levels and there are tons of different things you can do, and it just restarts once you finish. If you want to go back to the lobby, just click Signal Remote D and click on it. Boom, you go back to the lobby area. And here there's level 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's also the build replace, which is the same thing, except you have to, instead of targets, you just have to replace the builds, which is good, but in my opinion, the targets are definitely much better practice. And this is definitely a much more beginner level, so I don't recommend it as much. Okay, next thing I want to show you guys is the editing while moving section, which isn't as important, but you guys can also do it. Basically, you're just in a place and you just need to edit walls while moving, and it's just different scenarios, which this is pretty important, but it's only for more beginners who need to practice editing in awkward scenarios. And then you just can do edits all the time, whatever you want to, really. And that's basically it for editing while moving. Very simple. And then you also have Peace Control X Peak Training. There is off, no damage, normal, and hard mode. I usually put it on normal mode damage and then play. This is the same thing as I showed you guys in the Jivan map, except it's a bit different. You have to replace the builds. This one's a more advanced version, so if you guys don't want to do it, I guess you could say it's more advanced, but they're basically the same thing. So if it's your choice, you can either do the one in the Jivan map that I showed, or you can do the one in the Raiders map. They're basically the same thing. It really doesn't matter which one you do. Both of them will help you improve a ton. As you guys can see here, if the bot sees me for a certain amount of time, I take damage. I just need to box up the bot. Very simple. You guys already know this from the Jivan map. Okay guys, I was mumbling a bit here and I wasn't really explaining anything. It wasn't anything much important going on. So that's basically it for the video, and we're gonna go to the outro right now. Let's do it. Also, hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching all the way through this video. I know this was kind of a long video, but I did want to make sure that all of you guys had the best warm-up possible in Fortnite, so you guys can improve and get cranked as possible. And if you guys enjoyed what you watched, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and comment on the video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.